Hello, Dave here with RadiationHealthRisks.com. I appreciate you stopping by. In today's video, I've gotten several comments on my YouTube videos asking me about this particular meter recently, so I thought I'd just do a quick review on it. This is one I've never done a review on before. This is, I never can say the name of it. It's the Meterk. You guys can see that okay? It's the Meterk, and the model number is the MK08. There's some similar models that Meterk, sorry, whatever, however you say that. There's this company, there's a couple of other models like the 07 and 06, if I remember correctly. But anyway, this one is the 08. This measures just electric fields and magnetic fields. Just really quick, I'm going to put links to all of these review videos, my past review videos. I've done a review in the past on this one. This is the Eric Hill model. I think it's, yeah, RT100. It's similar to this one in that it only measures electric fields and magnetic fields. And then I recently did a video on the GQ EMF 390. This one measures electric fields and magnetic fields and RF or radio frequency radiation, as does the TriField here. And I did a review video on this one too. And it's RF radiation, electric fields, and magnetic fields. So, like I said, I'll put links to those videos in case you're interested in that below this video. But before we get into doing the tests, I'm gonna test this meter so you can see what it'll do. I want to talk really quickly about about EMF radiation. There's what I consider 4 different types. It's really 3 types, but one of them is almost its own type because you need a different meter for it. And those are electric fields and magnetic fields. When you think about electric fields and magnetic fields, most people, when you say that, they're talking about small electronic devices like an electric razor or clippers or a laptop, iPad, cell phone. Any small electronic device emits electric fields or magnetic fields, even if it doesn't have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a different kind. It's the third kind. It's the most powerful kind, what I consider the most toxic kind. It's RF or radio frequency radiation. And for that, think Wi-Fi radiation or cellular radiation, or even a microwave uses RF radiation to cook your food. So that's the most powerful, travels the farthest, and the most toxic. That's the one I think you should be the most concerned about, is RF radiation, as well as the 4th kind, which is what they call dirty electricity. And dirty electricity is really just electric fields and magnetic fields, but it's coming off, instead of a small electronic device, or should have held that up, it's coming off of the wiring in your home, radiating into your home, and it's highly toxic and travels clear into the center of the room. But these meters won't do that, won't measure that. I mean, you could probably hold it up to the wall there and get a little bit of a reading, but to really diagnose and see if you got a problem and you need to fix something, you need the kind of meter, which I'll put a picture up here for, like there's 2 of them, this one and this one. And basically you need the type of dirty electricity meter that you can actually plug into the circuit and test if there's a problem on each circuit in your home. And then you also get filters that you can put on there and see if that corrects the problem. If it doesn't, then you know you got an electrical problem, you need to get the electrician out. So those are the 4. So again, you got electric fields, magnetic fields, RF radiation or radio frequency radiation, and dirty electricity. The 2 that I care about, that I think are the ones that you need to worry about and you definitely need meters for, are RF radiation and dirty electricity. If you want, these are both good meters. If you want a meter that measures electric fields and magnetic fields, get one that also measures RF radiation, in my opinion. These are really cheap. They're like $30, but that's all they measure. And out of all 4 of them, I really don't even think you need, and this is just my opinion, lots of other people will tell you different, but I don't even really think you need a meter that just measures electric fields and magnetic fields. I never use these meters. I have tons of them. I never use these meters because every electronic device is about the same. They all emit electric fields and magnetic fields, but those fields don't travel very far when you're talking small electronic devices. A foot maybe. Once in a while, if it's a powerful device, it might go a little farther than that. You'll see that when we test this meter in a minute. And so distance is the best way to protect yourself against electric fields and magnetic fields. If you have a laptop or an iPad, then, and I'll put a picture up here and one here, get a pad that goes under the device. So if you ever have to have it on your lap, the radiation's not going directly from the device into your lap. I think that's important. But you really shouldn't have it on your lap unless you have no other choice. You should have it up on a table a foot or two, as far away from you as you can, and still do the work on it that you need to do. Distance is the best thing to protect yourself against electric fields and magnetic fields. So again, if that's all you're worried about, in my opinion, you don't even need a meter, because keep it as far away from you as can, and that you're doing all you can do. And if it's an iPad or something or a laptop, get a EMF blocking pad. One thing you should know about those pads that go under the radiation, some of the electric fields and magnetic fields, and especially the RF radiation, if it's like an iPad or something that uses the internet, that radiation is going to go around. You will get some of it in your lap. That's why you want to have it up on a table, and again, distance as much as you can. But I still like to have the pad under it to shield. And the type of pads I like are just the same as cell phone cases, are the SafeSleeve, and I'll put a link. It's an affiliate link if that bothers you. If not, you can Google it. Apologize if that bothers anybody. But anyway, I'll put a link to SafeSleeve where you can get those things as well below this video. So let's get into the test. That's what you guys came here for. So with any device, it's pretty much the same. I'm going to use for the test this electric set of clippers here. It's going to be kind of loud, but I've just not used one before. I've used iPads and laptops and things, and I want to do something different. So with this, let's talk about the meter itself first. You've got basically four buttons here. This is the power button here. Obviously, you know what that does. This is the one that switches between electric fields and magnetic fields. It's MG and UT. UT, I forget what that's for. It's like on the tip of my brain. But anyway, you can Google what does UT mean for electricity, and it'll tell you what that's called. The MG is for milligauss. MG or milligauss measures the magnetic fields, and UT measures the electric fields. So that switches back and forth between that. And then here is your, up here on this one interesting feature I've never seen on another meter is it measures the outside temperature, which is kind of interesting. So right here at the bottom of the screen you'll have, and you can measure it in either Celsius or Fahrenheit. To be honest, that's actually what I use this meter. I do use this meter once in a while just for that one feature, because if I want to know, how hot it is, or I'm walking out to the greenhouse. Of course, I got a thermometer out in the greenhouse, but or I'll walk outside and I'll just turn that on, and it gives me a pretty accurate reading on the temperature. So that's unrelated, but that's a feature that it has that's kind of nice. And then down here, this is the mode, and that's where this basically has three modes, whether you're reading electric fields or magnetic fields. One, it's just live, picking up whatever it's picking up, and then you press it once and it will hold, meaning when you push the button, whatever it was reading at that second, it holds that so you can see it. Or you can click it on max and it will show you the highest number, because electric fields and magnetic fields are always, they're like jumping up and down all the time as far as what they're reading. And so if you do the max, it'll just give you the maximum reading on there. So let's show you. I'll turn this on. You just got to push it. It comes on there. And okay, so let's do the actual test. Let's turn on the pair of clippers here. You can see it immediately started reading. What do I have it on? I have it on magnetic fields. So let's watch as I pull it away. Okay, well, there you go, about right there. It ended. Again, with clippers, I mean, it's only going to be near you for a minute, then you're going to be done. But that's about the farthest that I've seen any of this, you know, these electric fields or magnetic fields go. Let's switch it to electric fields. But you can see, let's see how far it goes. Again, about right there. So that's really all this meter will do. I could measure other devices, but again, pretty much every other device that I've ever measured, that's about as far as a way that it gets. So let's turn this on again, and let's show you the different modes. So now, if I push this once, it'll just, whatever it's reading at the time that I push it, it'll hold that reading. So now it's holding at that particular reading. And then if I push it again, now it'll kind of go to the maximum. If it goes higher than the maximum, then it'll jump up to the higher maximum. That's actually the most useful reading, I think, because I don't really care about where it's bouncing around at. I want to know what's the maximum that I'm getting out of it. I'm going to put a link also below this video on how you can protect yourself from all kinds of EMF radiation, even 5G radiation. I'm really excited about it. In the link below, I'll list that as 5G radiation neutralizing, or it'll be some variation of that, so you can find it. Highly recommend you go watch that video. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching the video. Again, I'm not trying to sell you on not buying this meter. If you want to measure those, this is as good a meter as any, and it's cheap. But again, just keep your distance, and then you don't need it. Get the meters you need are ones that measure RF radiation and dirty electricity. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you in the next video.